And we're back here. I've got Coach Proffitt on the line. Coach, we just watched an amazing game, and it went down to the wire, overtime. Tell me, what are your initial reactions to what just happened?
I'm tired. My initial reaction is I'm tired, man, and I'm too old for games that go down to the wire.
It was a long game, wasn't it?
I'm proud of my boys because they persevered. They got a lot of friends on that other team, and it's hard when friends play against each other, and so it always affects how you perform. And I gave that Potter kid a hug and told him that's the best I've seen him play. I mean, I thought he really played well tonight, and our guys just persevered, man. We finally started playing our brand of football in the fourth quarter, but then we turned it over when we were about to score, and but got it into overtime, and Hayden made a great throw, and Ellis made a great catch, touchdown, and it felt good.
I've gotten a chance to – I'm sitting here kind of watching the replay. For those who want to watch it, it's on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to the DCTV network page. You can watch it. But it came right down to the wire. Went into overtime. What were you thinking when it went to overtime? Because we were sitting up in the stands, and it was just so suspenseful. It was like something was going to happen, and we were all just kind of glued to it. And then it goes to overtime. What are you thinking?
Well, when we got the ball, I was pretty confident, but then we had two penalties back to back, and so we had 1st and 20, to score. But we made a couple of good plays, and then that last play, based on their alignment, I told Coach Baker, I said, listen, we have a certain play call, and I told him, I said, I'm telling you this will be there. Caden's been throwing the ball well tonight. And Ellis Hamrick went up and caught it, man, in the end zones right there, and it was beautiful. I was nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs when we didn't get the 2-point conversion, though, because that you can always give up, but our defense, man, is pretty good, and they played pretty well all night. Even when we gave them a short field, our defense played pretty well. We just had a few busted plays here and there, but I was awful proud. I actually was tickled to death that our defense stopped them on 4th down, and that our defense actually was responsible for holding them and winning the game. So I was glad.
It was, from my perspective, as somebody I guess I've watched every game that the Bobcats and the Dragons have played, because there's only been, a handful of them. And that, to me, was probably the most intense, best game to watch as a spectator. You guys won, and now you won the rivalry game, so that's got to make you feel good. How do you feel about that affecting your momentum going forward? Because I know you still got a lot to play for.
We do. We got to play Cheatham County and take care of business next week, hopefully. Cheatham beat Burns, but I know Burns played them when they didn't have the Potter kid with them. And I can't ever think his first name. I'm not being disrespectful to that young man, because, believe me, I know his number and I know his last name. And a lot of our game plan was around that kid, so I know he didn't play, and they almost came back on Cheatham also. But Cheatham, I think, lost to William James tonight. So we're it's at home. We're at home the rest of the year. If we win next week, we're at home in our playoff game. And then we're hosting the bowl game since Sycamore bowed out, and they put teams' names in the hat, and our name got drawn out by Sycamore. So we're at home for a good bit of the time, and if we win next week, we're at home the rest of the year. So we're pretty excited.
That's got to make you feel good too, because getting to play at home, I feel like Homer Hamdorf Stadium is got a lot of home field advantage to it. I think the boys play good there. So how much do you think that will affect? Because I know I asked you that before the game, and how do you feel about having home field advantage sort of throughout the rest of the season?
I'm pretty excited about that, because that was a big thing tonight, playing at Burns and pulling out a win. It's hard to win at somebody else's stadium when they're fans, because their fans are loud. I heard them, man, all night long, and I love that. All that was missing tonight was a band. If we had a band, it'd been like a Friday night football game. But we're excited about getting to go home now for our last 2 regular season games. I think Burns JV comes over next Tuesday for another JV game. We'll try to give them a little better contest, but then we go to William James the Monday after that. But as far as our varsity games, we're at home the rest of the time. We play Cheatham next week, and then our 8th grade night, of course, will be Grace Christian Academy. They'll be coming up for a JV and a varsity game. So we're excited about that. And then a playoff game, and then the bowl game. So we got a lot of football left to play, Justin.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on tonight's win. I appreciate you giving me a call real quick so we could go ahead and put this out there for people. I know it was a really intense game. A lot of people, excited about it, and I personally was wondering your thoughts, and I know a couple people sent me messages wanting me to get your thoughts on the game real quick, so I appreciate you doing it.
Listen, man, I appreciate Coach Wells and them guys, man. That was a real ball game, and I appreciate them coming back to the middle of the field and praying with us. We've had some former players and former students, and I've had some former students in other schools. Had some tragedy lately, and we found out one of our players from last year from Dixon is getting ready to have some medical procedures. And so we just, our hearts are around a lot of that stuff right now too. And so, football's football, but life is a little bigger than football, and that's what we try to use football to improve on. So I appreciate you listening to me and all those people that wanted to hear. Keep coming to supporting us, man, because the fans really make our team better. So,
well, congratulations. Enjoy the win, and we'll call you next week.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Sounds good. See you, Coach.
See you, man.